The actual political events that took place 2 days ago on the 29th of April during the meeting that was conducted by the opposition, including the former Deputy President Rigathi, Fred Okengo Matiangi, and the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, continues to unfold. It turns out that things did not go well in that particular meeting. So in this particular video, in this particular analysis here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the latest shocking details that explains very well of what really happened in that meeting, specifically between Fred Matiangi and the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. Mambo ilichemka kweli kweli. And remember what I've always said in this channel, and even the newspaper, the Weekly Review, confirmed about this particular issue here. Let me show you that Dr. Fred Okengo Matiangi is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's project on a mission to divide the opposition. The former Deputy President Rigathi is well aware of this. Rigathi sio mjinga sana vile. Rigathi has worked with Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, so he understands a lot of things on matters politics. That is why Rigathi is very, very careful on Fred Matiangi joining his camp. Already, the former head of state Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has officially invited Rigathi for a closed-door meeting, which will take place very soon. And in that meeting, ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wants to convince Rigathi to support Fred Matiangi in the 2027 presidential bid and not Kalonzo Musyoka, so that Fred Matiangi can get the entire Mount Kenya region votes. Let me read for you this article here. It says, a local daily reported on the likelihood of a partnership between the former Deputy President Rigathi and the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. This comes as politicians continue to seek alliances ahead of the 2027 general elections. So my question here is, will Rigathi agree to dump Kalonzo Musyoka and support Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's project, Fred Okengo Matiangi? Only time will tell. But Uhuru Muigai wa Kenyatta is supporting Fred Matiangi's 2027 presidential bid only because of 3 reasons. Number 1, it is to resuscitate the Jubilee Party, which is dead. And that is why, if you have listened to Jeremiah Kioni very keenly, who is the Jubilee Party Secretary General and who represents Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, made it very clear that Fred Okengo Matiangi will run for the 2027 presidential bid through the Jubilee Party. Number 2, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is supporting Fred Matiangi's 2027 presidential bid just to reward Fred Matiangi's loyalty to him. Matiangi has been very, very loyal politician for Uhuru Kenyatta. Matiangi and Uhuru worked very well during the Jubilee Party administration. So because of that issue, that is why Uhuru Kenyatta refused to join the broad-based government and preferred to support Fred Okengo Matiangi, just to reward his loyalty. And number 3, Uhuru is supporting Matiangi because of the Gen Zs. According to the statistics across the country, is that the Gen Zs prefer to support Fred Matiangi compared to the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. And if you have been listening to Uhuru Kenyatta very keenly, he has been talking about the Gen Z movement. Just recently, Uhuru Kenyatta said that it is only the Gen Zs who will save this country. So Uhuru knows very well that the Gen Zs will vote massively for Fred Okengo Matiangi. Let us wait and see how things will turn out to be. So let me give you the details of what really happened in that meeting. But if you are listening to me and you haven't subscribed, just take a second now and subscribe to my YouTube channel for you to receive the latest political updates from this channel and also the best political analysis. My name is Jason and you are listening to Jason Vibes Radio political channel. Thank you so much for your support. And by the way, I really apologize for the background noises that you are listening. It is because where I'm currently doing this particular video, there are renovations in that building. That is why you can hear some background noises. But I hope that you can listen to me very well. Thank you so much. So let me begin by reading for you this statement here that explains the events that took place in that meeting. It says, let me just show you. Judging by the events of the meeting that was held by the opposition leaders, Fred Matiangi is clearly someone's project. Just to mention but a few, Fred Matiangi arrived late in that meeting, like he was not really sure whether to attend that meeting or not. Or Fred Matiangi was waiting to be given a green light. And that is why even Jeremiah Kioni boycotted that meeting, because Jeremiah Kioni was instructed by Uhuru Kenyatta himself not to attend that meeting. So even Fred Matiangi in this case, he was waiting for a green light from Uhuru Kenyatta, whether to attend or not. That is why he arrived late in that meeting. It says, Fred Matiangi was also not willing to take a group photo. And also, Matiangi refused to sign a joint statement, amongst other things. Let me show you this statement here. You can see the signatures that were signed by each and every politician from the opposition side who attended that meeting. You can see the signature of Martha Karua. You can see the signature of Rigathi there, Kalonzo Musyoka. You can see the signature of Eugene Wamalwa, the signature of Mithika Linturi, and also JB Muturi. So all these leaders who attended that meeting signed this document. But Fred Matiangi totally refused to sign this document here. This article proceeds to say that it will be a very big mistake for Kenyans to elect someone who is being controlled by other forces and cannot make decisions for himself. It is no longer a secret that Rigathi Gachagua does not like him. This man is clearly sent to divide the opposition. So even Rigathi Gachagua is very much aware of this issue. That is why he is very careful with Fred Matiangi. So there is no way, it is not possible at all for Fred Matiangi to work together with Kalonzo Musyoka in the same coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections, because of the supremacy battle between Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua in the Mount Kenya region. Rigathi Gachagua is supporting Kalonzo Musyoka's 2027 presidential bid. And he has insisted that Kalonzo must be on the ballot. And I know that Kalonzo must be on the ballot. Uhuru Kenyatta on the other side has totally insisted, even Matiangi himself, that he must be on the ballot. So Kalonzo and Matiangi, both of these leaders, must be the presidential candidates in 2027 general elections. None of these two leaders here, Matiangi and Kalonzo, are willing to support the other. That is the biggest problem in the opposition that is currently dividing the entire opposition team. And that is why William Ruto said that it will not be a walk in the park to remove him from power with Raila Odinga. It is not possible to defeat William Ruto because already the opposition is divided. If the opposition is divided, then especially the Murima, if Murima is divided and the votes to be divided between Kalonzo and Matiangi, then forget about William Ruto being a one-term president. It will not be possible. So recently in that meeting, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua succeeded to unite the entire opposition team by himself for a meeting, a closed-door meeting. I want to congratulate Rigathi Gachagua for that move. At least Rigathi Gachagua alijaribu. But in that meeting, something very strange happened. Fred Matiangi came with conditions. In fact, he did not want to come, but because he came with a lot of conditions to join and support Kalonzo and Rigathi. Rule number 1, Fred Matiangi made it very clear that he must be the flag bearer. If Rigathi and Kalonzo wants him to join their coalition, he must be the flag bearer. That is the condition that he came with. Kalonzo tried his best, but they disagreed totally. Matiangi and Kalonzo disagreed totally in that meeting. And that is why Matiangi walked out of that meeting very angry and refused to sign the joint document. So mambo ilichemka. Matiangi and Kalonzo kulienda vibaya. So I want us to wait and see how things will turn out to be. I want us to wait and see what will happen next. If Rigathi, Kalonzo and Matiangi will finally agree together to work in the opposition, united. I don't know what to think. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want to know your opinion on this issue in the comment section down below. Do you think that Matiangi and Kalonzo will finally work together? Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more political updates. My name is Jason. I'm out.